Hi everyone, welcome to another This Week in Hating Dice video. It's going to be a bit of a buckshot, shooting from a hip kind of video because there's been a lot going on this week. I started off on Monday, well, I suppose we'll jump it back to Saturday, seeing as we're doing a video on a Friday, so that should be the full week. It's been a while since I actually did one of these on time anyway. So Saturday was just a busy day all around, so I worked the evening shift and ended up running around doing baby dad things, and it was a bit hectic, but I decided that we were going to try and get the to-do list back on the go and start trying to hit some targets again. I've been relatively productive, maybe successful, so I did some painting for the Infinity stuff. I'm going to try to show off some of the models for it. So it's one of the Fusilier missile launcher, the hacker. You'd think I'd be able to actually hold these in the correct place. No. Oh, so basically I did all the Fusiliers for the Slaverheimer Blizzard Force army I'm doing for Infinity. It's for the ITS Season 9. The Treason rule pack. We've introduced the this closed list concept, and I thought that one of the main problems I had with trying to actually get to play Infinity is because I run the event on Tuesdays, and often I'm running around trying to get that done, and any other things like sorting out any new orders and stuff like that. This is one of my favourite ones. See if I can get him into focus properly. He's from the Ice Storm box. So I work on Tuesdays, so I can't really play whilst I'm working, but I try and stay late after work usually. But I was having trouble trying to think of a list I wanted to play whilst I was working and all of that stuff. So I decided that doing the closed list would be a good way of just being able to paint up all of these models, and then I can pick a page out of the list because there's four. There's Force A, B, C, and D, and it makes it easier just to pitch up, have all of those models with me, and I can just drop them out, get a game in, and it goes pretty well. The other one I finished was one of the Crusader Brethren, so I like this one. I did a hand swap to give him a boarding shotgun he's supposed to have. Once I've done all of them, I'll get all of the, I don't know if I'm going to do transfers or freehand paint, but these shoulder pads here are going to have the relevant iconography. So he'll be a Knight Hospitalia Crusader Brethren. The other guys will get just a normal Pano symbol probably, but they should be done pretty quickly. This week, today and probably over this weekend, if I get some free time, I'll be doing the Order Sergeants and Spec Sergeants for the list as well. But move on to Tuesday, I suppose. I did actually get a game in, so this will be my third game I've played with the list, and this time I used the Blizzard Force D, which has a Jotun, 3 Nis, and a Spec Sergeant in TO camo, who's a forward observer, 3 Fusiliers, one of which is the Lieutenant, Sniffer Bot, and the HMG Total Reaction Remote. And I thought I'd use this one because I had the Fusiliers painted, so it gave me the highest percentage of painted models, and it was going to be pretty fun. I got to use the TR bots and stuff. I thought it'd be a nice simple list to try and get on the table and get to grips with, and I probably got curb stomped. That is probably the best way. We were playing Transmission Matrix, and Tim, thanks for hanging around and waiting for me to finish work so we could get our game in, Tim. I really appreciate it. Was running the Combined Army Aggression Force, and he had 3 hackers, and we were playing Transmission Matrix. So for people who don't know, the screen is the table. You've got the deployment zones along the top and bottom, and then you've got transmitter in the middle, and then here, and here. So you've got 5, and if you move anything that's hackable within 8 inches of them, the repeaters, so the hackers can hack into your tag and take it over. So I've got a massive Jotun tag, which is like over a third of my list, and only 1 hacker to try and protect him from Tim's 3 hackers. So I probably shouldn't have ran this list into it. With the 2 remotes and the Jotun, I was just too susceptible to the hacking that it brought to the table, and I couldn't really push on any of the objectives. I managed to take an early lead in turn 1. I went up 2-1 because I killed his high value target, but I couldn't do it with my data tracker because I picked the Jotun because I was stupid, because I didn't read that the transmitters were repeaters. With no excuses, I'm in charge of picking the missions for what we're going to play because I'm running the league, and I didn't read that they were repeaters, so I could have hacked his stuff because I gave him a choice. I picked second turn because I wanted to try and control the objectives at the end and have no comeback on it, but I didn't do any hacking as AROs because I was stupid. And then when I went to move, Tim was like, "Oh, do this." I'm like, "Ah, shit." So that didn't go as well as it could. I think I ended up losing. It was 5-2 in the end. So I didn't score any extra points after the first turn, but I was in with a chance of winning it at the end. It went 2-1, then 3-2. And then if I could have got some orders or a couple of dice rolls here and there, I burnt all of my command tokens at the end to do some combined orders to try and sneak up and contest some sneaky objectives he wasn't expecting. But he got the better of a couple face-to-face rolls, and that was game. So it was a good, fun, close game. I really enjoyed playing Tim. We're both relatively new to... Tim's new to Infinity in general. I'm new to N3. Yeah, N3. I've not played properly since the last edition, but this is going pretty well. I've enjoyed painting the Blizzard Force. It's nice to do some actual hobby for me for a change as well, instead of doing a lot of the commission work I have been doing. So that's been really enjoyable. As I say, I'm going to try and blast this army out. I think I've got 7 Order Sergeants to paint, the 4 NIS, one of which hasn't arrived yet, so I still need to build the HMG NIS. I was using my sniper rifle one as a stand-in for this list. The 2 remotes, and then there's 3 different characters which I'm looking forward to paint. There's the CSU, Sato Togan, and the other Father Knight person with the, what's he called? Sephosa. He's a nice model as well, but I'll not spell it until they're painted. And then obviously the one that my 2 favourite models I'm using are my Night Hospitalia Doctor. He's a really cool model. I'm using the one out of, I think it's the one out of the Ice Storm box, and then the Jotun itself. The Jotun was one of the tags that drew me into the game when it first came out. It's quite an iconic piece. It's not quite the Squall, which was one of the original tags, very Appleseed in nature, but it's the same kind of head and chassis, but really well armoured and stuff. So I'm going to try and do a little bit better job on that one, because these guys, I've just been trying to do them quickly to a good tabletop standard. So if you look on the Facebook page of Dice 8, there is a Blizzard Force 6 album in there. You can check out the painting. I've probably got a little bit too close up for the pictures to make them look awesome, but I'll get better at my photography. It's been a while since I've had to do that as well. So that was over the weekend and Tuesday. We didn't have any D&D on Monday because we took a break in our campaign last week. We managed to stop the summoning at the Shadowfell a week before, and then we decided we'll take a break. Someone else is going to run something, so I'm going to be running this coming Monday a Warhammer Fantasy roleplay campaign using the old Black Library rule set, which is 2nd edition. So the original one, then the edition we're using, then the one that FFG did. So we're going to be using 2nd edition Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Going to try and do a sandboxy type game set in the old world, see where players want to go. Excuse me. So that'll be interesting. You'll get some videos from a game master perspective rather than me complaining about being a terrible player at D&D. You'll get to see how I try to game master, and that's been pretty interesting so far. It's a new system for the majority of the players, and it's been interesting seeing already how people are trying to approach it, and being that it's a career-based system and percentile, there's a lot of differences to D&D. Like, well, in D&D you go level 1, level 2, level 3. There's a very linear character progression and your character gets better. In the Warhammer one, you tend to just be, you're always a human, unless you're an elf, obviously. But you never become like a godlike being. Even if you've done all the careers, you're still very fallible. And it's quite gritty. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see how that goes. Then myself and Jill played Dark Souls on Monday and Wednesday. We played Dark Souls because I'm going to be playing it on the Sentry Boxes stream next week. So if you want to watch some gameplay for Dark Souls, we'll do that. Me and Joel are going to do a review video as well. It was pretty good. I'll not go too deep into it because we'll do a special video just on that. We'll do another Chris and Jill review video. But yeah, it's good. When it comes back in stock, I recommend it. It was a solid experience. It was pretty intimidating when I first bought it. Open it up, you get the "you died" insert sheet, but I'd not really played any of the board games, wasn't sure what to expect, but it was nowhere near as complex as I expected it to be in a good way. It wasn't lacking in depth, but it wasn't as like grinding rules intensive as I expected it to be from what I'd heard and just looking at the components and stuff. So that was really cool. Then we get into yesterday and today. No gaming yesterday, just repacking Dark Souls and sleeving everything. And then today we'll be doing some painting. And that's this week in HatingDice, I suppose. Coming up next week, we do have the regionals on Saturday and Sunday for X-Wing. I'll be TOing that. I'm doing the evening stint of it because we're at 53 players at the moment. So I'll be doing the evening stint for TOing that. Greg's going to open up and do the start. I'll do the evening, and then we're going to be streaming it on Sunday for the top 8. If we get an extra 20 players, which I don't think we can now, we'd be looking at top 16. But top 8 from 6 rounds should be a grueling event. So I'm glad we're splitting the Saturday. And will be some videos up and a live stream on Sunday. So it'll be Sunday the 14th. For people who want to tune in, it'll be on the Sentry Boxes channel. The Dice 8 channel should auto-host it anyway. And yeah, plans into next week are going to be another Blood Bowl video. So obviously we had that one come out. There'll be a couple more videos. I've got an idea for a written article I fancy doing, looking at the differences in game systems between games like Warhammer, Infinity, Rune Wars, and then X-Wing and Armada, and the impact of being pre-painted has on the meta. So it could be interesting. I don't know. I think it'll lend itself better to a written article. I might do a brief synopsis video of what I'm looking at. Synopsis is a Tyranid special rule. When you start confusing fake words for real words, I don't know. But yeah, it's all good. I'm just tired. Baby stuff's going really well. I stayed up until 4 in the morning with last night, so Jillian could get some sleep. So maybe a little bit tired, but I'm feeling okay. Everything's going really well. on that regard, thank you to everyone who wished us all the best. And there's been some fun videos going on to a Patreon for all the people who signed up for that. So if you are signed up to Patreon, go and have a look, check it out. It's I'll be posting some embarrassing videos for me, and just trying to have a little bit more fun on that. And I think at the moment I've got it set to the post stay Patreon only for 7 days and then go public. So even if you're not signed up, you'll be able to go in and check out some random ass videos that are relatively embarrassing for me, but it's all in good taste and good fun. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, help us keep growing. I don't want to fall back below 1,500 subscribers now. We're doing well. And yeah, thanks a lot. Spread the word, and I'll see you on the next one.